So I'm here in Cleveland to check out a joint that my cousins took my mom to a long time ago, and allegedly, she sent me a message and said, honey, next time you're in town, you gotta go and check out this joint. The guy's been rocking the place for over 25 years, and it started with money that his dad, who's a doctor, lent to him. Wait, that sounds like my story, except my dad's not a doctor. This is Fat Cats.
Kimchi potato. It's like the friendly neighborhood bar.
The shrimp curry.
You can get a burger. If you're an adventurous eater, you can get something you've never even heard of.
It's a good way to likely get into another culture.
Tofu noodle.
The food definitely has some Filipino elements to it.
Which comes from Ricardo Sandoval's Filipino father, who cooked at home and kickstarted this culinary adventure.
My dad was a doctor. He saw something in me and he said, son, I'll give you the 20 grand. My friend and myself opened our first restaurant and it's just been a great ride since. We've been here since 1997, 25 years.
Brother!
Awesome.
What's the menu?
I'm half Filipino, so probably a good portion Asian. And then the rest is whatever I eat and I like, I'll do my own rendition. 2 Chicken Arroz Caldos. Arroz Caldo, it's a rice dish, but then with the poached egg on it, it gives it almost like a porridge flavor. The chicken's cooked really well. It's just addicting.
What's our first item?
The Chicken Arroz Caldo, a Filipino dish. Chicken, some Calabrian chilies, a little cilantro, a poached egg.
Nice showing you. Thanks a lot. Thanks. See you next week on Triple D, folks.
I'm gonna do the marinade first. Some olive oil, lemon juice, coriander,
Cumin?
salt, pepper, and garlic. Mix this up, let it marinate like 4 hours.
What was the building before you got here?
Well, the bar was always up there since I traced it back to 1902. There's a lot of history here.
What are we gonna do next?
A real simple chicken stock. I'll take the chicken, water, chopped carrots, celery, onion, the holy trinity.
And a little salt.
Cook for 2.5 hours, and then it's ready to strain. And so now we're gonna make the jasmine rice. So I'll add some oil to this pan here. Add some garlic to this, fresh cut ginger, the chicken stock, jasmine rice in there.
So throw the lid, how long are we gonna go?
20 minutes. Now I'm gonna cook the marinated chicken. We're gonna reconstitute the jasmine rice that I cooked.
Okay.
This is the fresh chicken stock, carrots, scallions, and this is the magic ingredient
Fish
here.
sauce?
Yes, fish sauce. I can basically drink this. We're gonna cut that chicken up.
I'll have it all day.
This is a great dish to have during the
During a
winter.
nice summery day like we have in Cleveland today.
Chicken right on top there, Calabrian chilies. Garnish it with some cilantro.
Where's the big egg?
I didn't think I'd hear those words out of your mouth.
You didn't. I was just dubbed in.
I'll have more egg, please.
Would you like to put this on the dish?
You put it right anywhere it doesn't break. There you go.
Right.
Smells delicious. Love the attention to detail. You gotta have the Calabrian chili in there.
Right.
The fish sauce in the rice really comes through. The chicken's got a nice little lemony piece to it. A cumin speaks in it. The rice is tender. The broth is really spot on. The only problem with the dish is that it'll at some point in time be all gone. It's light, it's bright, it's fresh. Very simple, but great ingredients. Dynamite.
Chicken Arroz Caldo for you.
The rice is really light. It's flavorful.
The chicken is crispy but very juicy.
You almost need a spoon because you want to get every drop of that.
How would you describe the ethnicity, or would you even?
It's a little bit more subtle than some of the Asian dishes you normally get, but you can tie it in there a little bit.
You could tie it in there. He's Filipino, though, so wrong. My cousin Matthew, his fiancée Krista, and some random guy we found on the street named Finn, so I don't know. Now, a friend of the family. You've been here before.
It's actually our favorite restaurant in Cleveland.
What is it about this place?
I think it's the uniqueness of the menu and the vibe.
You're bringing converts to a new type of cooking, so I think that's the cliched win-win.
So I'm here in Cleveland with my good buddy, Chef Mark Murphy. Hey, Murph, if I could offer you scratch-made, handmade ice cream or scratch-made, handmade ramen, which would you prefer?
Well, it's cold out. I'd go for the ramen.
What if I could offer you both?
In the same restaurant? I'd call you crazy.
Well, call me crazy. Let's call this place Mason's Creamery.
We're gonna need a brie, strawberry ice cream, and a tonkatsu ramen.
How long have you folks been coming here?
Years.
I consider myself a big fan.
Is your hoisin duck ramen?
They just put so much effort and love into making every dish.
And it really did start with love between owners Helen Chin and Jesse Mason.
Jesse and I met in LA, started dating. I started dragging him to ice cream places, and one day he was like, I'm gonna cut out the middleman, get her an ice cream maker.
Were you guys cooks, chefs at the time?
No.
I work in real estate, and
I worked for a company. We built TV sets and then theme park ride theatrical elements.
Well, this is a natural transition.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Eventually, the couple moved to Cleveland, where Jesse made ice cream his full-time gig.
Part of our thing was always doing flavors that people weren't familiar with. Coconut pandan ice cream bubble waffle up,
You can taste the coconut, the pandan.
And who'd know that they put cake in the ice cream?
So not only do they do great handcrafted ice creams that are creative, they also make ramen.
Got about 45 seconds left on the ramen, chef.
They cover both savory and sweet, so one-stop shop.
So when did the ramen come into play?
Obviously, winter in Cleveland, ice cream a little slower. We ended up saying, like, let's make our own ramen.
Raclette ramen up.
So raclette is like this big brick of cheese, and they put fire to it, and it gets all melty and gooey inside the ramen. It's really good.
You know, it's warm and it's got a really rich flavor to it.
Well, let's get into this.
All right, so this is gonna be a char siu, which is a traditional Japanese and/or Chinese dish. You start with skin on pork belly, garlic.
Just a little bit, huh?
Yeah, just a touch.
Some ginger, sugar.
Okay.
Roll this up and then truss up the char siu.
Braising liquid will be?
Soy sauce, mirin.
Japanese cooking wine, yeah.
Yep, and then water. Toss it in the oven, 375 degrees, 2 hours on one side, flip it, another 2 hours, pull it out, toss that into the wok-in, and then we can cut it up.
All right, chef, what are we working on?
All right, we're gonna be working on the broths. Charred garlic, ginger, and onions. Toss in some water.
You toss the water in or pour it in?
It's a hybrid, really.
Okay. Okay. Oh, that was the toss.
Want that toss?
Okay.
The char siu burnt to ends, chicken feet, and the pig's feet.
How long is that gonna cook for?
6 hours. We're gonna strain it off and then add mushroom salt. Sesame oil, light Korean soy sauce, white pepper, and the cream cheese, and that's gonna take it from the tonkatsu broth into our raclette broth.
Take us to Flavor Town, brother.
All right, sprinkle this with a sugar salt mixture, torch that. Now we're gonna melt our raclette cheese.
You have a raclette machine.
Put that under the broiler. Noodles in, corn, pickled daikon radish, and the char siu. These are soy marinated eggs.
Okay, broth's going down. I love raclette.
I do too, but do you like it in ramen?
I've never had it. I think this guy's losing his noodle.
All right, you guys ready for the cheese? And that is our raclette ramen.
That's outstanding. Not good, not great, outstanding. It's silky. The addition of the cream cheese is genius, and it works in tandem with the funk of the raclette.
I can really taste the caramelization on the pork.
It's not supposed to work, but once you have one bite of it, you're like, of course that works.
It's completely crazy, but yeah, it's great.
You have the discipline and you have the techniques and you have the, I'm sorry, I don't know if you can hear me over the slurping that's happening over my friend over here who's never had a meal.
One more piece of cheese. I don't want to leave it behind.
Next level, dude.
Dude, thank you very much.
Got the raclette ramen for you.
The cheese is nice and soft. A little bit of crispiness on it. Goes great with the broth, with the noodles. It's fantastic.
Whenever I want to impress someone or I have someone visiting from out of town, I always bring them here.
Well, when you told me we were coming to a place and having ice cream and ramen, and I thought
You called me crazy.
I thought we were going to 2 different restaurants.
You definitely are a visionary. You've taken something and gone to another level with it. Congratulations, wonderful job. Chef Michael Simon, I love your Cleveland weather.
Ah, summer day in Seatown, bud.
Well, tell me, what's happening? What's new in the world?
Little bit of barbecue.
And I love barbecue.
But do you love Cleveland barbecue?
I didn't even know there was such thing as Cleveland barbecue. Teach me.
There is. Mabel's barbecue, buddy. You're gonna love it.
Beans with a turkey, regular potato for the pulled pork.
Mabel's the best. I mean, it's where we come for barbecue in Cleveland.
And it's just one of the 30 restaurants Chef Michael Simon has opened around the country. But at this joint, he was sure to bring in a taste of his native town. Give me the rundown. What is Cleveland barbecue?
It's very inspired by Eastern Europe.
Which is part of your heritage.
Part of my heritage,
Got
but
it.
really part of Cleveland's heritage. So we have mustard barbecue, those Eastern European spices. All the wood is local fruit woods. So that's how we do all of our smoking.
So tell me about this dining room.
They took inspiration from the West Side Market.
Big thing here in Cleveland. West Side Market's a real big deal.
110-year-old Eastern European market.
This is massive. I mean, everything you do, eat more meat.
Yeah, it's just
community
a cool
tables.
Yep, look at the bar. What's the bar?
It's a big cooler.
You got it, buddy.
Listen, I've been looking forward to this for a long time. Who are we cooking with?
We're cooking with Joe. He's the chef here.
Spare ribs and greens, we're going to 16.
Simon and his people really put a lot of care into the product.
Everything just melts in your mouth.
I'll introduce myself, Chef Joe, Guy Fieri. Nice to meet you. Thank you. My buddy here.
Joe took over as the chef of Mabel's.
I am excited to see what Cleveland barbecue is.
Pork belly sandwich, table 20.
Pork belly's great. Smoked to perfection.
The awesome sauce. It's got the mustard and the vinegar.
Really just tastes like Cleveland.
All right, so what are we gonna make today?
We're gonna start by making our Cleveland-style barbecue sauce.
Okay.
The apple cider vinegar, red onion, chipotles and adobo.
Oh, that old Eastern European chipotle.
Yeah.
Staying to the roots we are.
Got some bourbon.
You okay with that?
It was full before you got here.
Garlic, Hungarian paprika, coriander seed, sugar. We're gonna let it simmer and then we're gonna strain it. So this is where all the Cleveland comes in, right here with the Burtman's Ballpark mustard.
All you have to say is mustard and I'm in.
When you go to a ball game in Cleveland, this is what's on all the dogs.
That's my kind of mustard.
Right? Yeah.
Delicious.
Little molasses, yellow mustard, soy sauce, maple syrup, black pepper, some salt. Whisk this together.
Now we're gonna marry the two?
We're gonna marry the two.
We don't want to get any on Guy's pretty shirt. This isn't like a thick stick to your rib sauce. This is highlighting the richness of the meat.
I mean, dynamite.
So we're gonna make our pork rub here. Kosher salt, black pepper, coriander, Hungarian paprika, and celery seed.
Celery seed and pork go incredibly well together.
For our pork belly.
Okay.
So we'll put the Cleveland style barbecue sauce on it first. This helps everything adhere just from way up top. Do the same thing on the other side here.
We season, we let the meat kind of
Do
naturally.
you season with authority? I read Mark Murphy's book. Well, just hang on one second. Murphy?
How does one season with authority? Do you yell at the seasoning?
I do, or else it gets in trouble.
Chef Mark Murphy's
I've
here.
never seen seasoned from up high with authority. That's going to be a new book.
We season high, obviously, so it seasons evenly. You know, this is gonna go in the smoker, and as the moisture is coming out of the meat, it starts to adhere to the seasonings, and that's where we get that beautiful bark.
Fantastic.
You know?
What kind of wood we smoking with?
Apple and cherry. About 4 hours.
At what temp?
300 degrees.
300, really?
Yeah, we go
Okay.
hot and fast.
Yeah, you do.
We go hot. We go hot with belly and ribs. We go slow with briskets.
We're gonna make some coleslaw dressing. Apple cider vinegar, mayonnaise, Burtman's mustard, white sugar, poppy seeds, salt.
My grandfather, who was Eastern European, the dressing he always made for sale was a poppy seed dressing.
Drizzle in this oil.
Pour that in for you?
Yeah, sure.
Oh, so you drizzle with authority also.
Look at that.
There it is.
Well done, Murph.
Wow, you're the best.
Assemble the sauce. So green cabbage, red cabbage, cilantro, and shaved red onion.
Okay, and now some of the dressing.
Yeah, that's it right there. And that's the coleslaw.
Delicious. I love a crunchy slaw. Now we put it together?
Yeah. Here's our cooked pork belly.
There you go. Beautiful.
Can we have a, preview?
Yeah, there you go.
Huh?
That fat is so good.
We're just gonna sear this.
Wow, that's good. I love the portion size.
Maple and mustard glaze, so it's got maple syrup, Burtman's mustard again, whole grain mustard, a little apple cider vinegar, a little bit of coleslaw, pork belly sandwich.
And collard greens? Delicious. Nice and tender, but not soggy.
All right, see if you can get in there.
Everything is done in Michael Simon way. Really appreciate the ingredients, really appreciate the history. You are a real super Cleveland guy, and it comes through in the sandwich. I mean, it is barbecue. It has got its own attitude and its own style. The pork is cooked perfectly. I love this 300-degree pork. You actually got some texture out of the fat. Seasoned properly. The little maple mustard vinegar that came on the end of it was a nice little kiss. In the slaw, crunchy enough, acidic enough.
Super balanced. That's really great.
Pork belly coming up.
The pork belly is impeccable. So much flavor. I mean, look at that boy. There's a nice smoke to it. This really good umami.
The coleslaw is the perfect combination. I could eat it on its own, but in the sandwich, it is really killer.
I'm part Greek, so I like the Eastern European flavor.
Okay.
I like the mustard flavor.
Here's your giant beef rib.
When you order the beef rib, it tells everybody around you that you didn't come to mess around. And I don't look like a guy that messes around.
No, you don't.
And then you go in deep.
Can you eat that rib before a night at the ballet?
Do I look like I spend a lot of time at the ballet?
Sir, I don't like to judge.
Pulled pork and hot potato in the window.
It's one of my favorite places because of the community table. It's a great place for everyone to come in and just hang out. It's super casual.
This place represents what barbecue should be, in my opinion.
So I'm here in Cleveland, Ohio, and it's been a while since I've visited. Let me tell you, my cousins remind me of it all the time. You know, the food scene is really blown up here. And with so much culture, when I hear that there's a Greek joint where they're importing their own goods, you know I gotta check it out. This is Astoria Cafe and Market.
I have gyro, falafel ready. Astoria is probably the most authentic Mediterranean restaurant in Cleveland.
You can go all out and get a 4-course meal, or you can just come grab a beer and a pizza.
All right, I'm dropping pasta.
It's a place to get fine imported wine and cheeses.
Which is how cousins George Conzio's
How are the meatballs?
and Steve Daniels first rolled out, leaning into their Greek heritage in the import business.
We started literally as a wholesale.
And wanted to do primarily Mediterranean products.
This is awesome. Beautiful market, love the deli case.
Tomates?
And when they expanded into a full-blown restaurant, they brought in chef Corey Kabrinsky to keep the Mediterranean vibe alive.
I've got the veal lamb and ricotta meatballs.
Best thing on the menu is the meatballs because the flavor that comes out of them, it's different layers.
Veal and lamb with the cheese.
One of the best I've ever had.
And we are making
Veal lamb and ricotta cheese meatballs. Nice lamb shoulder, and then we got a veal chuck roll here. Cut this into strips, partially freeze to get it cold for grinding.
Let's do it, buddy.
Well, we're gonna start off by building our ricotta mix.
Where's this out of?
Italy.
Beautiful. I've never seen ricotta come in a can.
Parsley, minced garlic, kosher salt.
That's creamy.
Black pepper, matsutake shoyu.
That's what I was just gonna say. You just took this completely out of the Mediterranean and went.
I like to put Cleveland flares on things, is what we say.
Did your eyes light up when you said it?
A little bit. Take our milk and cream mixture, add to the panko breadcrumb.
Then we'll mix in the veal and the lamb, form the meatballs.
Dredge them in flour, fry them in some olive oil, just get a nice crispy outside, and then we'll finish in the oven.
I love it. Next step.
Making our house tomato sauce. Olive oil, butter, red pepper flakes.
That great Greek oregano.
And our minced garlic.
San Marzanos.
Give it a stir to incorporate everything. Add our sachet of carrots, yellow onions, basil stems, and a little bit of garlic.
Dude, I thought that was a pillowcase full of stuff. Cops are coming, drop it.
Let that simmer for about 3 hours. Finish it with fresh parsley, oregano, and basil.
And a little salt and pepper.
And fish sauce.
You're gonna get us both kicked out of Cleveland. We'll get into making the pasta.
All-purpose flour, semolina flour, eggs, and egg yolks. Salt.
Traditional pasta.
We're hand mixing the dough, letting it rest for about 30 minutes, and then we'll start sheeting it.
And are we doing fettuccine?
We're gonna end with fettuccine.
Anything else we're making? Do you wanna go throw the pottery for the plate in the back?
So our house-made pasta's done. I like to add a little bit of butter, a little bit of Parmesan.
Why, because my kids are showing up?
Nothing better than a buttered noodle.
Make me a t-shirt that says that.
Pull our meatballs out of the oven, finish with our tomato sauce. Some nice aged Parmesan.
Gosh, so light it almost flew away. That is, without question, one of the most tender, fluffiest, lightest, flavorful meatballs I've ever had. A little unique richness that comes in from the lamb. And the pasta is delicious, too. And the tomato sauce is spot on, very nice and rustic. That's what we call a destination meatball. That would go in the Flavortown Hall of Fame. That is lights out.
All right, I'm gonna finish these meatballs here in a sec.
How's the meatball?
Nice and fluffy.
With a good glass of red wine, it's a good meal.
This is amazing.
Legit?
Super legit.
So I'm here in Cleveland. Happens to be a joint that's serving Cleveland comfort food. I gotta check it out. This is the Rally Inn.
Some veggies for your chili quiles here, bud.
As soon as you come here, you're hooked into wanting to be a regular.
I got the shrimp and grits for you.
How did you find the Rally Inn?
It's just a little local hidden gem. Just started coming here, you know.
Well, I don't. That's what I was
No,
asking.
you don't.
I was hoping you'd tell me, you know.
You would really be surprised by just how good the food is here.
That's because when owner John Oberman bought this joint, the bar was set pretty low.
This was a very, very divey bar at the time. It was a punch palace, no windows, vinyl ripped up floors.
A punch palace? That is one of the funniest lines I've ever heard. But now they've got Chef Eric Lettieri punching things up in the kitchen.
So we have a very big population of the Slovenians and the Polish, and they all make their authentic dishes here,
Right.
especially the pierogies.
Loco Moski ready for pickup?
The Loco Moski is their version of a really nice Hawaiian dish, but we put a little bit of a Cleveland spin on it with the pierogies in it.
And how is it?
Excellent, excellent.
What's next?
Our Loco Moski.
Our what?
Loco Moski. It's our take on the Loco Moco.
The Hawaiian favorite, about as far away from Cleveland as you possibly could ever
Absolutely.
be. What is the Moski part in there?
The pierogies.
Let's make the gravy for the Moco Loski.
Loco Moski, man.
Okay.
Yep. Butter, flour, make our roux, black pepper, salt, onion powder, garlic powder. Even out those seasonings, our chicken base, then our beef base.
Water in.
You add our cornstarch slurry when you got a nice aggressive boil.
What do we do next?
Pepper onion mix for our burger patty. So we got green peppers first, then our red peppers, red onions, garlic.
So this is gonna get mixed with the ground beef, 80-20?
Yep. Blended Cajun seasoning.
How many ounce patty?
8 ounce.
What do we do next?
We're gonna toss our 4 cheese pierogies on.
Do you make the pierogies?
We get them from the pierogi lady who makes them here locally.
How do they come in?
Blanched and frozen. Let them kind of steam all together.
And then eggs any way you want it?
They generally come over easy, but you know.
You know how I'd like mine to come?
On a separate plate.
Ah, man!
Get our pierogies, our burger patty.
So this is typically when normal people would put eggs on it.
Yeah, I mean, you know. Brown pepper gravy we made earlier. Fried red onions, frazzles, right on top.
Frazzles. Who gave it the name?
Well, I have no idea. I probably have to Google that. You look like you know the answer, Alan.
This is not the meal plan that the doctor recommended. Nice crust on the patty. Nice little crunchy from the frizzle of McNizzles. The pierogi has got great dough texture to it, nice chew. But the black pepper gravy takes it to another level. Dude, it is lights out.
Loco Moski.
The pierogies are like butter. The meat has a little bit of spice.
We're in Detroit, Shoreway neighborhood of Cleveland, Ohio. About 500 feet from the lake.
That's why it's so
Feel the
warm.
breeze?
Yeah.
Really talented young chef here. He is killing it with like chefed up diner food.
Chefed up diner food on Triple D? Perfect. This is good company. Pulled mushroom in the window, runner.
I just can't say enough about how good this place is.
Blows your taste buds out of the water.
And our pecorino wings.
I like anything that Brett makes.
Oh, you knew him before he got here.
I'll follow him anywhere.
That's because chef and owner Brett Sawyer has built a reputation in other joints around town and brought those culinary skills to this concept.
We took all of the simple food of a diner and made it much more difficult.
Just chef the entire thing. Favorite thing on the menu?
Surf and turf. We got 2 surf and turfs ready.
It's a shaved steak sandwich. The au jus has the lobster flavor into it.
I could have sworn that there was lobster on the sandwich. I kept looking for the lobster.
What are we into next?
Our surf and turf. We start with the certified Angus beef tri-tip.
I see the turf, but where's the surf?
We serve it with a lobster beef au jus.
And I'm the crazy one.
Kosher salt, black pepper, chili powder, onion powder, garlic powder, dry rosemary.
How long is it gonna sit on there?
20, 30 minutes. Cook that in our oven, 8 minutes at 500 degrees. Then we turn it down to 350 degrees and cook it for an hour. Chill it, slice it on our deli slicer for service.
Okay, chef.
Now we're gonna make our duxelle, nice fatty mushroom spread.
You don't get to say nice fatty mushroom spread very often, do you? It just has a ring to it.
Butter, add our shallots, our garlic, sun-dried tomatoes.
Sun-dried tomatoes actually break it up a little bit.
Yeah, nice little acidic bite in there.
Tarragon, parsley, mushrooms, we do creminis, salt, white vinegar, red wine. Cook for about hour and a half.
This is the time when we're gonna see the lobster shells come out, huh?
Yes.
I am dying to see this.
We're gonna start with the beef bones. We rub these with tomato paste.
I love that little trick.
In the oven.
350.
Don't roast.
Bones in the pot. Our lobster bodies.
This is the weirdest thing I've seen.
Black peppercorns, bay leaf.
Water.
We bring it up to a boil, turn it down to a simmer, and let it reduce overnight.
In the warehouse of fun.
So now we're gonna make our béarnaise sauce. Start with our tarragon champagne vinegar reduction.
Okay.
Champagne vinegar, shallots, tarragon, bring it up to a boil, hit it on simmer.
And let this reduce down, strain it out.
Whole eggs, some more yolks, salt, Calabrian chilies, our tarragon reduction. Then we're gonna use our stem blender. And then we have our melted butter, give that slow drizzle.
Béarnaise is done.
Time to build it.
Fantastic.
Favorite part of the day.
Milk bun.
Ooh.
Very generous with the duxelle.
Boy, you let that reduce.
Tri-tip, red onions, our tarragon chili béarnaise. Top it off.
The Pirates of the Caribbean sword to cut it with. And then here comes the lobster beef shoe. I can't wait for this one. Whoa.
The sandwich is spectacular
By
before
itself.
you dip
Right,
it.
Right. The beef flavors through the roof. Right. That is crazy.
The lobster really comes out. I cannot believe how much lobster flavor's in there. It is full-on surf and turf.
One of the most whacked out thing I've ever seen on Triple D. Amen, dude.
Yeah,
Thanks,
2
Jeff.
for 2, brother.
Plating surf and turf.
It's a really good cut of beef, and it's so tender.
The au jus sauce is the die for.
You know, at Triple D, people are always asking me, hey, Guy, if it's not a diner and it's not a drive-in, then is it a dive? And I like to say, you know, if it's funky, we'll find it. I mean, what it's really about is real people making real food, kind of like this joint here in Cleveland, where it's all about farm to table at Lucky's Cafe.
Okay, granola. A lot of fresh ingredients, a lot of local ingredients.
Spinach and mushroom omelet. And they grow veggies out in the backyard.
Your own romaine lettuce.
Yep.
Always good.
Money.
Highest quality food around. Being prepared with a lot of love.
By owner Heather Haviland,
Waffle.
who started here 6 years ago when the place was a coffee shop, and she rented part of it for a baking business.
I started baking things out of the storage closet.
3 years later, she bought into the place, filled out the kitchen,
Mac and cheese.
and built up the menu.
Mac and cheese with house-made applesauce.
Always something new.
And almost everything from scratch.
Biscuit up.
Everything that comes out of that kitchen.
From burritos to biscuits. And yeah, just a basic Reuben.
Homemade corned beef, homemade sauerkraut.
Thousand Island they make in-house.
Right down to the pickles and ketchup.
Absolutely fantastic.
We're gonna make the brine actually for the brisket for the Reuben.
Reuben. 2 gallons of water.
Kosher salt.
Kosher salt. Then we got sugar, garlic, cloves, searing salt.
There you go. You gotta have a little pink nitrate.
Peppercorn, fresh ginger, bay leaves, cinnamon sticks, ground mace.
Which is the
I love
outside
that.
coating
Yeah.
of the nutmeg.
And it grows like hands, like this. It's a beautiful thing. Whole cloves, allspice, red pepper flakes, coriander actually from our garden.
Oh, look at that.
Mustard seed, and then we bring it to a boil and then let it cool completely.
So we've got this big monster piece of brisket.
Yep, and then we're gonna pour beautiful brine onto there.
That's gonna be some righteous corned beef. How long will we let this brine?
7 days. And then we're gonna pull it up and move it out of here and strain it.
To catch the herbs and spices.
All that magic. Put that into the pot.
Gosh, this is gonna be melt your mouth or melt my mouth.
Some fresh thyme.
Which was out in the garden.
Yes.
When you just pick it, the bouquet is enormous.
Perfume. Carrots, onion, celery, and then fresh water.
So you'll bring it to a boil?
And then cover it and simmer it for 3 hours.
Dig it, and then I'll eat all of it.
You'll eat the whole thing.
Here's our corned beef, cooled and ready to slice. And what's gonna come on the sandwich?
Rye bread.
I use that just as a medium.
Buffer. But we make our own rye bread, so I really would prefer that you
we
not
do.
use it as a buffer.
Of course we make our own rye bread.
Just a little bit of butter. Swiss.
So you make the bread, you make the corned beef, you
Right.
make the sauerkraut.
Yep, in-house. Corned beef.
She's using the kraut to heat up the corned beef so it's not getting a texture of being cooked on the flat top.
Yes, and then cover it and dish up some Thousand Island. For the Thousand Island dressing, we grow our cucumbers, make those into pickles. We make our own ketchup. You put local honey in there and add the mayonnaise. You make the Thousand Island dressing. Then
Look at that. I don't even know that I'm worthy to eat this. They should have a shot of that in the Louvre. I don't know what I'm gonna say. Look at the goosebumps on my arm. That bread, that kraut with that corn. I don't know what's better on all of this. Now we're gonna hit the Thousand Island. I don't know that you should accept money for these. Bring us your firstborn.
Rich, buttery, it's yummy.
All the stuff comes right from the garden outside.
Oh, that's
Isn't that
great.
amazing? I love
No,
that.
what's amazing is you.
Absolutely fabulous. I haven't had one item here that I haven't liked.